Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Chalk Talk here on DK Pittsburgh Sports. Steelers-Panthers was played Thursday night, and we already have tape on that game, which is good because I really want to talk about Yahya Black, this guy right here. Listen, Derek Harmon's going to miss about a month with an MCL sprain. Could be back when the Steelers get back from their bye week in Week 5. So if that's, the case, if he does get put on IR, whatever, the Steelers might be okay. And that's nothing against Harmon. He's definitely a better prospect than Yahya. But I don't want to take anything away from what big old 78 has done, because all he's done is make plays in the entire training camp / preseason, whether it's in practice and batting down passes left and right, or it's been in the preseason of him just being almost impossible to move. And now he's also flashed the ability to get after the quarterback. Now, he's mainly doing this against players who won't be on 53-man rosters, or if they will be on 53-man rosters, they're not starters. So we do have to see him do that against those caliber of players. But everything that he has shown so far has been phenomenal. And let's take a look here. I got 5 plays from last night's game. And notice, right here he's lined up as the one tech, like right in between the center and the guard there. And takes on an initial double team. And I think 61 thinks, okay, I can just shove him this way, and then I can move on and get up to there to get that double team going. The problem is that he doesn't move Yahya. Like, he tries to. That's also a kind of a piss poor effort, but he doesn't move Yahya at all. And that block's not secured, and now Yahya has those 35-inch arms. No, that is not a mistake. 35-inch arms to stave off the center there. Just keep him locked. And then he keeps his eyes up, keeps his eyes on the runner, and then it's just shed the block. And the great thing here is that he initially sheds the wrong way, still has time to react, and even avoids a bit of a grab there, a bit of a hold, and still gets his arms on. And then this is kind of like the old school thing that Yahya does. He literally tries to pull him backward. Like, you used to see that all the time. Like I think of like the Steelers, like the Steel Curtain guys, like the front four of the 70s defenses, like grabbing running backs and just tossing them backward. And that's what Yahya pretty much tries to do. It's not just, but what's one of the benefits of this? He weighs 336 pounds. He can just wrap his arms and then literally just fall to the ground. As long as he's not doing a hip drop tackle, you're not breaking any rules. So just grab on and just let gravity do its job by pulling that player down with your 336 pounds of weight. Great rep there from Yahya. Here's another one, kind of in the same position, more kind of a one tech, but he's also like aimed toward the center. So he was almost playing like a cockeyed type nose tackle. Either way, another, again, really, really piss poor double team there by 61. Once again, does not move Yahya. Yahya, look at this bend here. This bend right there where you get that leg bent like that. I mean, that just goes to show like how well he's anchored. He's not being moved. I mean, again, that is textbook stuff right there. He keeps his eyes up, sees where the runner's going. And again, I love how he uses his weight and everything to pull back on the runner. Like, no, you're not going anywhere. If anything, you're going to go backward. Like, this guy, man, he's been great. So here he is lined up. There's the 4-eye. Defensive end in a 3-4 set. This is what the Steelers got. They got your nose tackle right here. And then you have your 2 typical defensive ends with your OLBs right here, and then your ILBs. Whoops. Can't write, apparently. ILBs right there. There's your 3-4 defense. And so Steelers, the defensive end is a 4-eye. So that's where Harmon is. Get motion over to his side. Not going to matter. Spoiler alert. But, to see him do this, from a couple of different positions here, that he's able to be versatile. That's a big thing. When you're talking about depth up front, have to be able to play multiple techniques. Have to be able to, bounce outside to the 4-eye. And the great thing that YA can do is that he has extensive experience from Iowa playing the nose tackle. That's his regular position. But here he is, again, at the 4-eye as a defensive end. Panthers running zone here. And, again, this is just they try for just a single block there. It just doesn't work. Now, great job by both Logan Lee and 53 here. I think that's Echo Leota. But the initial pushback that YA gets just shows how big and strong he is. And then again, he's able to fight that off, rip from it, and then he helps gang tackle with Logan Lee to get this running back to stop. And again, it's just, this is the kind of stuff the Steelers have needed up front for a while. They need a guy who can just be an absolute monster in the running game, like stopping the opposing team's running game. Now, again, I don't want to pretend that he's going up against starters here. So there has to be another level. But against guys who are playing in the NFL preseason, who are at least trying out for NFL rosters, trying to earn spots on a 53-man roster and could still earn spots on a practice squad, he's a man among boys. Here he is right here, back kind of in that nose tackle spot. And here we go. So, okay, this is, I want to get in, before we get into the pass rush, coming out of college, Black was known to be more of a run defense first guy. Everybody knew, okay, he can stop the run. No problems there. He's big, he's strong. He gets, when he's well anchored, he's not able to be moved. He can be a phenomenal space eater. Every now and then flash the ability to rip and make plays and get free and make tackles. But in defending the run, it was always more advanced. Pass rusher, he's not an explosive athlete. There's more to do there. Well, here's a good pass rush from a nose tackle position here. Now you get the initial push with the initial bull rush there, and then just this really quick rip that he just tosses the center aside. With ease. This is easy for him. Not even trying. And then the guard here, 61, did not have a good night at all. By the time he recognizes that Black's already passed him, gets back there, that's just easy stuff. And then this is a lot easier to do because, quarterbacks don't often, unless your name is Kenny Pickett, like to spin this to the outside like that. So normally they try to kind of bounce this to the outside. Well, can't do that because that's Leota. Yeah, that's Leota who has a really good pass rush there. And so quarterback doesn't really have much of a chance to notice that his first initial instinct is to try to get out in that direction. Well, Black doesn't let him. Gets there, makes the tackle, gets the sack. Another just great rep from Black there. And again, that's something that we hadn't quite seen before. This really successful pass rush move. And this isn't anything crazy. This isn't anything he's reinventing the wheel when it comes to rushing the quarterback. This is just very simple. This is textbook, just rip and move right past him. Good stuff. Anyway, last one here. Look how wide he is here. This is a 7 technique. We don't get a lot of talk about 7 techniques, especially for interior defenders that are capable of playing the nose tackle. That's impressive. And he, again, gets out of his stance really quickly. Now, 77 gets in front of him, but he uses his momentum and his speed and his drive to just knock 77 back. And once again, just he tries to rip, isn't as quite successful that time, but continues to use, again, it's this extension right there. You can kind of see it. It's that extension with the arm. That's where the 35-inch arms come into play. Okay, this dude's got longer arms than anybody else on the football field. So use it to your advantage, and that's exactly what he does. He uses those long arms to get the leverage on the blocker that he needs to while he's keeping those feet churning. Gets further back, and I honestly thought when I'm watching this live, I thought he was about to get... And these were back-to-back plays, by the way. So the play right before this one is the one we just watched, where he got the sack. And so it looked like he was about to get back-to-back sacks. And here, he does get credit. He got credit for a forced fumble, and I believe he did either get credit or he should have gotten credit for a sack here, because he forces a fumble. And with the elbow down, he should have been ruled down there. But either way, just barely kind of misses as he goes to the ground. And 77, he's just kind of like, I'm just going to fall on him, make sure he doesn't get back up. By that time, Welshoff is back there, and he makes sure that the quarterback doesn't go anywhere. They force the fumble. Then Mark Robinson pounces on it. Steelers get it. And watch Black's reaction here. Oh, I could have had that. Man, I'll tell you what, and I talked with him after the game, and you actually, if you're watching this on YouTube, go throughout our channel. I have the part of that interview with him on there. He's a really fun personality. He really is. It's going to be really, really hard for fans not to like this guy. He does a lot of things well. He is impressed perhaps more than anyone else in training camp and the preseason. All he's done is make plays. This could be a really great find in the draft. So, 5th round pick out of Iowa, guys. This could be a heck of a find. But, yeah, first chalk talk from this game had to go to Yahya Black. He played phenomenally last night. He's just played well altogether, and it's about time that we put him under the spotlight, show some of the things that he's doing really well. And you're not even getting to see him bat down passes, which he is very, very capable of doing. He's only done it 1,000,000 times over the last few weeks. So anyway, that'll be it for this one. You guys have a great weekend. Steelers are getting back to practice on Saturday. They are practicing 5 days in a row: Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then mandatory 4 straight days off. That's per the CBA. So that's all NFL teams. And then right after that is preparation for week 1, actual preparation leading up to week 1. So we're getting closer, guys. We're getting closer to the start of the regular season. We'll be back on Monday with another Chalk Talk, and we'll dive more into this game. Maybe also dab a little bit more into the Buccaneers game as well. Just take a closer look at some players, how they're doing. We'll have a much better idea, obviously, after Tuesday, whenever the final cuts are made, to see who makes the roster, who doesn't make the roster. So we'll have a lot to talk about here in these Chalk Talks over the next couple of weeks until the season starts. So, but until next time, catch you on the flippity flip. See you later.